We now have released the additional body cam footage from the Pocatello, Utah Police Department, who, in the opinion of many, summarily executed nonverbal autistic 17-year-old boy Victor Perez. We're going to take a look at the 911 call just to refresh our memories, and then we're going to take a look at the body cam footage.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hi, I work at a shop. It's at Maine, and there is a couple out back behind our shop brandishing a knife. Looks like they're trying to stab someone. There's a man and a woman and then another guy in the street who seems like he's antagonizing him. One guy's got a knife. It looks like he's under the influence, and they're out in their backyard chasing each other around.
Okay. And they're in the backyard of a residence?
Yeah, backyard of the residence. I don't know the exact address. I'm at North Main, and
okay.
I got a little bit of video of it, but this guy, he seems pretty drunk. He's just keeps running at him with a knife and then falling over, and then I think he just stabbed himself on accident just now.
Okay.
Oh, he got hit on the head with a... my dad's saying he got hit on the head with a log.
So the other male hit him in the head with a log?
That's what it sounds. That's what my dad's saying here.
Okay. Can you see if is he on the ground now?
Yeah, he keeps trying to stand up, and the girl keeps pushing him down on the ground.
He tried to stab her.
Yeah, he keeps trying to stab everybody, it looks like.
Okay.
Units responding to the disturbance. Be advised, male with a knife got hit in the head with a log by other male. Male is now on the ground, but keeps trying to stop the other two.
All right, there's no audio on this right here. This is the confrontation with the neighbor who's running outside the fence. Then he closes the gate as Victor Perez doesn't even look like he's seriously trying to stab anybody in a lot of this footage right here. The mom comes out, tries to pull Victor back. This guy ends up picking up what does look like, a big stick or a log to try to hit Victor with it. The interactions between Perez and the older man and woman would pause and then escalate. At one point, Perez fell to the ground and the older man stepped on Perez in an apparent attempt to separate him from the knife. I wish these videos were less blurry and less grainy. Perez is just laying on the ground right there. Moments later, Perez stood back up and swung the knife at the older man. The older man is seen swinging a log at Perez. Perez fell to the ground, but soon got back to his feet again. That's a big, like a branch or something. Perez swung the knife over the fence at the older man, and the woman appeared to be trying to break up the conflict. The woman doesn't seem like she's in fear for her life. She doesn't act like she's in danger. She's just trying to subdue Perez. At one point, while holding the knife, Perez chased the woman before turning his attention back to the older man at the gate. This is where the cops show up. You can see the police cars arriving right here. When officers arrived, Perez was on the ground. Officers told him to drop the knife multiple times. Perez stood and then advanced toward the officers while holding the knife with a fence between them. An officer-involved shooting occurred. And it is about 13 seconds from the time they exited their vehicles to the time that they were taking shots at Perez. Look at this. You got 4 officers lined up. Check this out. You have 4 officers lined up at the fence line. And you remember what the police chief said back then? He said that he's aware, and I'm quoting, "I'm aware of the video circulating online which shows only one angle. The full picture requires careful review of all facts and evidence." Careful review of all facts and evidence. The video that we saw, the first video that we saw, gave you pretty much all the evidence you needed. You had 4 officers lined up at a fence line, the fence line between the officers and Perez. Perez had been on the ground. He's getting up. Yes, he's advancing toward the cops, but all they had to do was step back. If they felt like they were in danger, the fence would have held him. He wasn't jumping over the fence. And even if he took the time to jump over the fence, there's plenty of time to disarm him at that point. All they had to do was step back. There's no angle that absolves these cops. Not only that, when they're taking shots at Perez, there's 2 women in the background that they're basically using as a backstop. There's no excuse for this excessive use of force. They escalated the entire thing. See the two women right here? Two women in the background as they're taking shots at Perez. Now we're going to look at a couple of more body cam angles.
North Main, white house, red truck, red Jeep in the driveway, blue car parked on the street.
No code.
So, Street 1, plane train, Pocatello,
No, that's baby. That's okay. That's okay.
Hey, drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Hey, drop the knife!
Now watch how far away the women are from Perez. Perez has his face directed at the officers. He's going to get up, lunge in their direction. There's no exigent circumstance. In other words, these women's lives aren't in immediate danger. There's no reason for the cops to be pulling their service weapons and pulling triggers.
Hey, drop the knife! Drop! Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Drop the fucking knife!
Drop the knife!
Drop the knife right now!
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Hey, drop the knife! Hey, drop the knife!
I bet nobody there thought that these cops would actually take shots at Victor. I bet nobody thought that in their wildest dreams. Easily could have shot these women. Easily. Here's another officer's viewpoint.
Drop the knife!
Drop the fucking knife!
Drop the knife!
Imagine being such a robotic coward that you continue to scream, drop the knife, after you and your other three buddies just filled this guy full of holes.
Drop the fucking knife!
Drop the knife!
Drop the knife!
Then they show the picture of the knife here, but I just want to remind you what the police chief said after this shooting.
2 females were just a few feet away in the yard, and another male stood just outside the fence. Officers positioned just outside the yard gave repeated commands for the male to drop the knife.
Notice what he didn't say. Just outside the yard with a fence in between them. No reason to fire your weapons.
He did not comply. Instead, he stood up and advanced toward the officers while still armed.
With a fence between them. That's the important element of the story, Chief.
At that point, officers discharged their firearms, stopping when the male fell. PPD
Using the women as a backstop, discharged their firearms with a fence in between them, and using the women as a backstop.
officers immediately began life-saving measures, and the male was transported to the Portland Medical Center, where he remains hospitalized. In situations like this, officers must make decisions in seconds. They assess threats, not just to themselves, but to those nearby. In this case, 2 individuals were within a few feet of an armed, non-compliant individual.
All the reason you need not to pull the triggers on your service weapons. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and jeopardize their lives by using them as a backstop so I can stop the perpetrator who's not even threatening their lives. He's coming after us. And oh, by the way, we have a fence in between us.
The risk was immediate and the situation rapidly evolving. We know this incident has deeply affected the community. We are also aware of the video circulating online, which shows only one angle. The full picture requires careful review of all facts and evidence.
It doesn't really require that careful of a review. I mean, you can carefully review it, but no angle absolves the police officers. This is him right after releasing that. This is just a couple days ago.
After
Watch how he acts.
speaking with several people and listening to them, I know how this has deeply impacted our city, our community, our department, our state, and even everybody across this nation.
Looks like fake grievance to me. What do you think? Do you think the cops were justified in shooting? Were there exigent circumstances? Were these two women's lives in danger right here? Could they have stepped a couple feet back and not fired, assessed the situation even more? Is it possible that if they did the right thing, Victor would be alive today? Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Global Thought Police in the comment section below. To me, this is absolutely ridiculous and unforgivable. And it sure looks like an execution that didn't have to happen. In my opinion, and the opinion of many, all of these cops right here should be in prison for life. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next video.
Here's the deal, boy. Tonight you're going down.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
This day you will be caged by evil Trooper Brown. Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Your very life, boy, is always on the ropes.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal. So here's the deal.
The thin blue